All right, Knicks fans, we need to talk because there's a number floating around right now that should make every single one of you sit up straight. Josh Hart just became eligible to sign a contract extension, and on paper, that extension could be worth up to $131 million over 4 years. Let that sink in for a second. That's the ceiling. That's the max. And before you get too excited or too nervous, I want to walk you through what's actually happening here, why this is a much bigger deal than people are treating it, and why, as a fan, this whole situation honestly makes me a little uneasy. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover everything Knicks. Every single day, no fluff, no waste of time. Just straight talk about the team we all bleed orange and blue for. And if you agree with anything I say in the next 10 minutes, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and I read every comment. So drop your thoughts down below too. I want to know if you're with me on this one. So here's the situation. Josh Hart is 31 years old. He's coming off a title run. He's a fan favorite, a hustle guy, a guy who does the little things that don't show up in the box score, but absolutely show up on the scoreboard. And now he's in position to cash in. The Knicks technically don't have to negotiate anything right now. They can just pick up his $22.4 million option for next season and kick the can down the road. Easy, right? Wrong. Because here's the problem nobody wants to say out loud. This front office, run by Leon Rose, has made it pretty clear they are not trying to blow past the luxury tax anytime soon. And when you actually look at the books for the 2027-28 season, the Knicks are already projected to be less than $8 million away from the max allowed spending limit. That number already includes Hart's option. It does not include a new deal for Deuce McBride. It does not include filling out the rest of the roster, which still needs 4 or 5 more bodies. So, mathematically, something has to give. Now, in a perfect world for management, they'd love to extend Hart at a discount, lock him in below market value, keep some flexibility, keep building around Brunson and the core. That's the dream scenario. But here's why I think that dream might be a fantasy, and this is where it gets frustrating for us as fans. Look at what just happened around the league. Najee Marshall, a solid role player, just signed a 3-year deal with Dallas worth almost $52 million. Dillon Brooks, another comparable type of player, just got $73 million over 3 years from Phoenix. $73 million for Dillon Brooks. Now, I'm not here to disrespect Brooks. He's a tough, physical scorer. But be honest with yourself. Who in their right mind would rather have Dillon Brooks over Josh Hart? Nobody. Hart rebounds better. He passes better. He's a better and more versatile defender. And by the advanced numbers, he's actually outperformed Brooks over the last several seasons. So if Brooks is getting paid like that, and Marshall is getting paid like that, what exactly is Josh Hart supposed to accept? A discount? Come on. This is the part that gets under my skin a little bit. We saw this exact type of contract inflation happen before. It always ends the same way. A player looks at the market, looks at what lesser talents are getting paid, and decides he's not leaving money on the table twice. And honestly, can you blame him? This is a man's livelihood, his family's future, his career earnings in a league where careers can end on any given night. If the market says he's worth star-level role player money, he has every right to ask for it. But here's the flip side, and this is why I actually have some hope. This front office has built something special with goodwill. Jalen Brunson took less than he could have gotten, and it completely changed the trajectory of this franchise. Mikal Bridges signed for under max last summer, when he probably could have pushed for more elsewhere. Even Landry Shamet took a below-market deal last July. There's a culture being built here, a culture of guys buying into something bigger than their own bank account. And Hart, more than almost anyone on this roster, has shown he understands that. He already did this once before, back in 2023, when he opted into a smaller deal and extended off of it, which is literally what gave the front office a room to go out and sign Dante DiVincenzo. So the guy has receipts. He's proven he'll take care of this team. The question now is whether he does it again, or whether this time, after a championship, after everything he's given this organization on both ends of the floor, he decides it's finally time to get paid what the open market says he's worth. And honestly, I wouldn't blame him one bit if he did. Here's my honest take as a fan, and I want you to tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree. because I know this is a hot take for some of you. I think the Knicks need to stop hoping good will save them and start being proactive. Waiting around and hoping Josh Hart takes a hometown discount out of loyalty is not a strategy, it's a gamble. And we've watched enough sports to know how often that gamble backfires. If this front office really values what Hart brings to this locker room, to this defense, to this culture, they need to be willing to actually pay for it, even if it means getting a little uncomfortable near the tax line. Championship windows do not stay open forever, and penny pinching your way out of a title window because you're scared of a repeater tax bill is, in my opinion, the single fastest way to blow up something special. So, which is it going to be? Does Josh Hart run it back with the Knicks on a below-market deal because he believes in what's being built here? Or does he look at Dillon Brooks getting $73 million and decide it's finally his turn to eat? I genuinely don't know the answer, and honestly, that uncertainty is what makes this whole storyline one of the most important subplots of the Knicks offseason. Before you go, let me know down in the comments, would you personally offer Josh Hart the full $131 million max right now? Today, no hesitation? Or do you think the Knicks should hold the line and risk the relationship? I want real answers, not just yes or no. Tell me your number. Tell me your years. Let's actually debate this out. And listen, if this video gave you something to think about, do me a favor. Hit that like button before you scroll away. It takes 2 seconds, and it tells this channel that this content matters to you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown, because this Hart situation is going to keep developing all off-season long, and I'll be right here covering every single update as it happens. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans. Let's go get this contract situation figured out the right way. I'll see you in the next one.